Hello, it's HighRatedHaroun with the big head and a keyboard review of the specifically Keycron K2. I have no idea how I'm going to do a video like this with an intro like this. Here we go! The weird intro. Yeah, reviewing Keycron K2. I wasn't sure how to do this originally, but here we are and I am doing it. So let's get this straight. Why did I choose Keycron out of Razer or Corsair or any other company? Well, first of all, they're pure gaming companies and they don't have wireless with like Bluetooth, which is what I was looking for. This doesn't even require a dongle, believe it or not. This is Bluetooth wireless. And it can also connect up to cable and Windows OS Bluetooth. Yeah, I use Mac OS. So, what I like about this keyboard, I think first impressions when I first got this. Okay, let's get into first impressions. The ability to connect to almost any like PC if you think about it, or like even Xbox, which is what I use cable on when I'm playing games like. What games do I play? I don't know. I forgot. I play games, Minecraft, I forgot. So I play like games on that with like this keyboard, and no matter how hard I press space, yeah, that's what it sounds like, by the way. I liked it. I loved it from the start. The RGB was definitely one thing. I think another thing was definitely the kickstands, because I do not like it flat. I cannot like type good. Like if I can type good and actually regularly, but if I had to choose comfortability, I prefer kickstand. And plus, you don't want to really flip these that often. I probably should stop that since I said that. Anyway. And like I said, the RGB, and what I didn't say, I think, yet, was RGB. This is the, like, RGB stock, like, this is, like, they do have RGB, but the thing is that Keycron has different versions and customizations. I customized it. So the base version is $60. Let's get this straight. If I had no add-ons, this would be $60. But plus the aluminum frame, plus the brown switches, I think, and plus the RGB, which was a little bit better apparently with this version, that adds to $90 all in all, like $92. And that is really, really, really cool. For a keyboard this good, it's actually good. And I know there are cheaper like mechanical gaming keyboard with like hot swaps, but first of all, those aren't wireless, and second of all, for the ones that are wireless, they go for like almost $200. This is like $90. Yeah, that's cheaper, and for its features, it's definitely good. Did I mention that this keyboard is so good when I press WASD? That was one of my first impressions. We also, and outside of first impressions though, yeah, that was one thing. The sound and the swappable. They're swappables. I'm not going to show you because it's probably going to break by accident. But the escape key is not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be gray. Originally it comes with like an orange one, but then you can get, which comes with it, you just come with like this tool, and you slide in here, you just pry the thing on, it doesn't break, and then you just put it in, which I did, and I only did like once because I was so scared of breaking my keyboard. I never ended up doing it again. So yeah. And outside of that, the swappable, remember I mentioned this is also compatible with Windows. Yet if you look, you see that the Mac OS keys are in. These are swappable, if you did not know that. Yeah, these are actually swappable. So that's what I think is also pretty cool. So when I do eventually build my gaming PC, I will probably swap it. I'm not sure if I will, considering that I would theoretically have to swap it every single time I wanted to use my Mac or my Windows, but hey, I don't know. So yeah. And by the way, okay. I think one of the biggest things about this thing was that it was Bluetooth, and I know I said this earlier, but the Bluetooth got me. The Bluetooth got me hooked to this thing, and it was just the design and the reviews were in. It was just really good, and I honestly enjoyed it. And when I first held it, this is actually heavy. This is heavy. You have to hold it with, you can hold it with one hand, but like for its weight versus the Magic, which feels like it would just fly off into thin air if I just threw that thing, this feels like an asteroid compared to that. This is heavy. Now, I have never felt a keyboard this good. I mean, I've been to Micro Center like a few days ago and I felt some keyboards, but there was none of the keyboards. The keyboards felt good for a macOS user who only used the Mac keyboards, but the best one was the Steel Series at that time, and then I got this one, and I'm like, holy crap, this felt really good. And my microphone just got loose. Okay, there. And that's when this thing came in, it felt way better. I'm glad I stuck with this than like a Steel Series or even a like wireless USB one or a Logitech one, because I don't know, something in my gut told me to go with keycron, and I was right. And I forgot to mention, there's an RGB switch right here, this light bulb. Yeah, there's like an all white mode, I'm guessing. Then there's this one, which is like different colors. This one where if you type, it does that. There's like a bunch of others. There's this one, which doesn't like fluctuate, right? Yeah, it's like locked in like one color. It's pretty cool to me. This one, which is actually one of my favorite ones. I love this thing. This mode I actually like. You know what? I'm gonna keep it on this. And that's really it I have to say about this keyboard. Really good, and I definitely recommend. So if I had to give a review, honestly, it'd be a 9. It would be a 9.5 out of 10. I think. Yeah, it's not the best. It's definitely really, really good for its price. But I think what made it to a 0.5 instead of a 10 out of 10 was the pairing process. My dad would just like, we were like, oh my god, we put this on Bluetooth, why? We had to read the manual and then realized we had to press and then we had to press FN and 1, and then it turned on the Bluetooth, so I'm like, what? So we're like, oh, we did not know that. We felt so stupid for like that day. And it was just, it was funny. But that's honestly I have to say about this keyboard. Other than that, that was really cool. And even though that's a pretty stupid thing and a reason to give it a 0.5 instead of a 10, I think it should be a 10, honestly. As long as you know the pairing process and just read the manuals a bit for how to pair like Bluetooth wise, that's fine. And if you have something like an Xbox, like I have, the Series X, that thing, my mini fridge over there, that's not my Xbox Series X. And yeah, you just connect it through cable and then it works. Any Type-C would work with it as long as it goes into that, which is what I use a lot. And I think that's the end of the video, because there's nothing else to say other than me just repeating the same things I said. And by the way, I'll try to do a setup tour of that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a setup tour of both, like this setup that I'm using, that one, and basically the room tour of this. Guys, there's a lot of stuff. And I know you see that cable management. I know you see it. Anyway, we gotta go. See you later. Subscribe, like, and I also have a Twitch. I have a podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Google. I'm on Spotify. I'm on everything for podcasting wise. And I'm on Twitch. Go check those out. All of them are HighRatedHaroun. Just copy and paste my name on YouTube to that. And I think I may leave a link in the description for my Twitch, because I definitely want to follow up on that. Also, I have an Instagram, so go check that out. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.